Oh, there we go. There's the hut I saw from the highway. Oh, damn. That is so beautiful.
There ain't nothing out here for you. Yes, there is. This.
Okay, so I found a hut, and it looked like it could be a nice place, but there were a couple of people there looking a little bit shady. I just said hi and walked past them. Fuck, I see these crabs all around. Just dead crabs, like the shell. I think all of this is like super shallow water, because I saw some people like in the middle of the water, and it was standing up like fucking Jesus. Fucking more crabs. What is up with all these crabs? Hope these people will be leaving soon, because it's a little bit windy here. Those people are just in there drinking. They look kind of sussed. I'm not gonna sit there and wait for them to be done with whatever they're doing. I don't know how long they're gonna stay there. I'm just hungry. So I'm gonna walk back. It seemed like this road is just gonna go all the way back to the forest I was in. That seemed like a nice place to camp. I just wanted to have a nice view of the ocean, but that's how it goes.
That's the way she goes. That's the way she goes? That's right. That's the way she goes.
I heard some voices. I don't know if they all went into the car, but maybe some of them stayed behind. I can hear something. Yeah, they're walking right there. I was on my way back to the forest. I was giving up. Right there. I don't really care if they see me right now. Didn't seem like they were any interested in what I was doing. I can fucking smell the perfume from here. Hell yeah. Alright, that's perfect. There's a door right here. It's kind of like a basement-y vibe, but if there's any problems, I can just take my mattress and go in here to sleep. But I'd rather want to stay right out here, to be honest. I might have put a little bit too much in that pan, but whatever. Food is food. Not in China, but we're still eating dogs. Oh. As I'm munching up the rest of my food, I can't help to realize that there's absolutely no mosquitoes here. Or like, maybe one or two. It's like nothing compared to the other places I've slept the other days. It's like, it's such a stark difference. It's, to be honest, it's unbelievable, because I'm right by the water and I'm just making food and I'm sweating and everything. It should have been way more. So I'm really happy. I might just sleep without the mosquito net around me. I'm not sure, I might just put it up. Oh, I feel good. I'm not hungry anymore. I found a spot away from everybody else with a roof over my head. Damn. Life's good. I'm gonna find some driftwood. Probably wouldn't have needed it, but I want to take a swim. I didn't bring any towels. Look at this poor guy. Sorry, man. man, I'm not gonna save you. There's a bunch of these. I think you gotta go a long way out to actually get to swim here. It's gonna work out really nice.
2 hours later.
I think everything's perfect. Disaster strikes. Okay, I'll locate a hole in the mattress right here. Doesn't seem like you can see it, but I'm gonna patch it up with some duct tape. I'm gonna go to sleep. Just hope I don't wake up on a concrete floor. The bed actually held up pretty nice despite a little accidental discharge of air last night. Like when I came here, the water was up to here. Now, wow, it's such a stark difference. That's cool. Alright, I'm gonna pack up my things. I was tipped by a friend of mine to go to this place, Fangirl. I think it's like an old fort, bunker type style, some military stuff. I love exploring bunkers and old. Yeah, it's probably going to be really cool. It started to rain a little bit, but hopefully some of it is inside. I'm just going to have some quick breakfasts. Vitamin D, B12, vitamin C, multivitamins. I'm taking this stuff, which is electrolytes. I just take it in the morning because I don't eat breakfast. So here we are. Park just here, down here I guess. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna walk all the way up here, walk to the left, take like the whole round trip. This is really exciting to me. I love this stuff. I understand that some people might think this is lame or whatever. I always liked exploring these old buildings. I don't know, probably should read a little bit about what it says here. I'm gonna do that and then I'm gonna head off. Yeah. Here we go. So this place actually got quite an interesting history. They started building it in 1905 and they finished it in 1910. And the reason for building it was because Sweden kind of owned Norway and they split in 1905. And this is just on the border between Sweden and Norway. So they had to build a big fort to protect Norway. And then in the 1940s, with the Second World War, this was the place in Norway that resisted the Germans the best of all. They showed the most resistance. I think the sign said 26 days they resisted it. It was like one major, 250 men and one woman. And that's pretty incredible, to be honest. Because the city I'm from Bergen, we have some forts too, and we have some bunkers and stuff, and they just plowed right through it. Like, there was no resistance. They went straight in and just took the whole city in one day or something like that. Or at least really quick. So to stand up against the Germans with 24 or 26 days or something like that, that is pretty incredible. Wow, it's so incredible to think about. People probably just sat around, probably the gates. They were here like shooting at the Germans and Germans shooting at them too. In memory of these guys that fell in the fight of Hegra in April 1940. Like 6 people died here fighting to keep this fort out of German hands. Could this be the major? That was probably the guy leading the protection or the battle of this fort. Wow. It says this is the top piece of a 1,800 kilograms. Don't ask me what that is in pounds or whatever. 1,800 kilos heavy German bomb that was dropped here in the 25th of April 1940. The bomb exploded and the top piece, this big piece of iron, landed at a farm down by the city Stjørdal. Oh, okay, by the river. That is crazy. They have a thing like that in Bergen too. They bomb some ships in the harbour, and there's some big mountains surrounding the city. And one of the bombs, or some fragment of the bomb, landed in on top of one of the mountains, and it's still there today. It's like instantly cold when I went in here. The temperature just went down. It's so cool. It just blew everything out of the mountain. Just dynamited a path through. Wow, it's cool. Let's go in here. Oh, no way. There's actually lights here too. No way. Wow. Goes really deep too. Wonder if there's actually anybody here. There's nobody at the parking spot. Yeah, that seems locked. We're gonna head this way now. And then I'm gonna turn around and do the other side afterwards. What? Oh, I'm gonna go down there in a minute, but this is probably like shooting positions, yeah? Oh. You just point it and rifle out of these holes. Wow. That is incredible. So right here, people fighting to protect the fort were standing with their rifles 80 years ago. That must have been so fucking scary. Oh yeah, it's just, I think it goes around from the map, from what I saw. This goes around the whole perimeter of the fort. Oh shit. This is steep. It's just dripping with like, we call the mineral buildup. Stalagmites or stalactites or bagpipes. Bagpipes with the bagpipes. Wow. That's a steep staircase. It's pretty dark down here. Let's see if I can use some light with my phone. Oh, no way. Okay. This is like a gunnery position. I seem they had like some rails. Probably they had some big guns. They would point it out like this. It's just a round little chamber. Yeah, nobody's getting into those holes. No, head up. Look at this, yeah. My head is gonna hit the roof if I'm not careful here. That's the way we came from, I think. Yeah, that's the way I came in. I'm gonna continue heading down this way. Seems like it's a bunch of paths just branching off to the sides. What is this though? What? Oh, okay. What are these things? Some wooden structures here. Oh. Okay. Like you're me out. Okay, down one. Oh. Here's the entrance. Oh, it's probably some kind of ammunition storage. Probably, most likely, some storage of some kind. Oh, cool. This is one of the big cannons. And everything. It's pretty rusty. Fuck me. My mouth. That's cool. I don't know where the person sat. Is this? Yeah, it seems like these doors are hinged. Yeah, that's probably where they aimed out of. I guess. And you can just rotate on the round thing here. Pointed out across the valley. Okay, that was probably the place I was just at. This thing here, when I was climbing up the ladder. That's pointing out. Yeah, okay. That's another one. Those holes. I'm gonna head down. I don't want to miss anything. Wet. Maybe this is the place I'm gonna sleep next time. No, it's so moist. Okay, that's probably it. One of the, what do you call it, foxhole? Like a pillbox. Yeah. I climbed up the ladder too. Oh, okay, they got a fucking fireplace here. This must have been like the area where the soldiers chilled at. That's such an old school fireplace. This is a pretty big room. Looks like something straight out of Hogwarts. Yeah, of course. Lounge for private. Manskapsrum. Soldatenafhilteil Traum. The major's place. So this is some art. To be or not to be. That seems Swedish actually. Bara eller. I think this is Norwegian because you have the A. Like that. Just the same thing. Bara, bara. Saint Uda. Oh, that's some German. It's Norwegian again. That is Arabic, if I'm not mistaken. How to be. So this is probably kind of some unification art piece. It's pretty cool. It's another fireplace. Sick quarters. Oh, so this exact room, probably one of those 6 guys that died here was in this exact room, breathing their last breath. They did a lot for the country, so respect due. So many places to go. Just gonna head up here. Wash my head. I wanna just imagine standing here. Germans piling up. And you're just in the middle of it all. That must be so fucking scary. And this is no games, like the people are trying to kill you. Especially when you're trying to kill them. Fuck. It's hard to imagine. I haven't seen a single person here. Except the the cafe is open at 11, I think. And I think it's about 11 right now. So there might be some people coming in. It's another art piece. It seems like everything is like, of the art installations, like evolving around unification and global stuff. And there's a globe right there. I don't know what. Oh, this is the map. Black things, the map of the fort. There's another fireplace. Okay, I'll come to a junction. Seems like it goes in here a bit. And definitely goes up here. I'm gonna check out this side first, and then I'm gonna head back to this. Could this also, they look like the same room that was like the sick area for sick people. I think this is another exit. Yeah. Alright. Wow. Some stairs. Put in a little oven here. I wonder what these are for. They obviously not from way back. This is like new timber. That's a new oven too. That's a weird way to mount a radiator oven. And this path up here. I think this is just another exit too. Yeah. Let's just see what's around the corner. This has got me like a fucking kid again. I remember running around in my hometown, going through all of the stuff in a mountain called Kvarven. It looks just like this in some places. It's so exciting, especially for a little kid to go around. And for me, it was at least to imagine what was going on in these places under the war. And I guess when you're a kid, you don't really understand what war entails. Not that I really do now, but I think I have a better picture of it, at least, than what I did when I was a young kid. You saw all the movies and it was cool, and guns and explosions and stuff. I still love explosions though, but I know people that's been to war, and I know people from countries that it's not been good, like that's been hit hard because other people are at war in the country, and I do not think it's a lot of fun. Not at all. Says the 360 shooting box. I don't know if there were trees here. It's been at least 80 years since they. No, it's been more than that. It's 2020. They built this in 1805. Finished in 1810. So that's been here for 121 years. Now 116. Oh fuck, my math's bad. Over 100 years. So the trees, those are probably like 40 years old, maybe. There might have been trees here before, I don't know. This is like some sort of thing that you can pull up the hatch. Like I'll pull it. It's too old and rusty, I think. She has tears. Now I'm gonna head down again, see what more I can find. There's no lights here. Yep, that's probably the reason why there's no light in that room. Should I just turn it on? It seems like all these lights are on. This is probably the room. Just okay, there's nothing happening, I think. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it worked. Wow, cool. Okay, so there's the kitchen. I'm probably just gonna cut away that part, but it's the kitchen, baking stove. This little housey ass kitchen, and this is the provision room. When I was in here just a minute ago, the lights didn't work. I don't know why they turned it off, but I'm just gonna turn them off again when I go out. This is machine room, the engineering room. This is probably where they put the lathe. I can imagine it looks like it though. Like you got the electrical stuff coming up. You need a stable, good place to put a lathe. Over here, it's probably another storage room, I guess. Then you have this big, big room. Right into the left, right here. It doesn't say what it is, but you can just hear the reverb change when I enter the room. Hey, cooking the vloek in the black mug. There's another blocked exit up here. Probably want you to go in one specific direction here. No, we're good. I don't know, who the fuck doesn't think this is cool? I think it's amazing. It's not just old people that likes stuff like this. Am I wrong? Do everybody like this stuff? Is it just me that's wrong? I don't know. Highly recommend it though. This is where to send you if you don't behave yourself. There's probably gonna be so much ammunition laying around here. They probably was shooting out. I can imagine shooting out from the banks. So if you're interested in that stuff, you can probably go dig around with a metal detector. They've probably been around all. Impossible to get everything, you know. Funny story, me and my friend one time when I was younger, we was at like a shooting range when it was like downtime. It wasn't open. We just went around, picked up shells. Like there was like these, yeah, probably this big rifle cartridges. We just picked up, we filled bags and bags and bags. It's like this story about the guy that has like a golden pouch and he can just continue to pour gold out of it, and he just never stops because he's just like, oh, I just need a little bit more, and that's exactly what we did, because the ground was like littered with these cartridges, and we just picked them up for probably an hour, maybe more, and just filled up these big bags. It was like disgusting rusty old, I don't know what kind of metal it is, but it's probably not healthy, so took it home. My parents didn't really like it, and I didn't really know what to do with it, but I kept a couple of them and I polished them up and I made a necklace out of one of them, and I still got some at home. If I remember this when I'm editing, I'm gonna show one of those. But yeah, that was me as a kid. I was always fascinated by this stuff. What a beautiful view too. Huh. Yeah, definitely a crazy place. So much history. You can. I'm not as like sentimental like that, but you can almost feel it, especially when you know the history of the place and go around like imagining what it must have been to be a soldier here. So now I've done the whole tour of the place. I think I'm gonna head back. Look at this car. I was one unlucky dude, man. Fuck. That sucks. And I feel like every fucking time I find a nice bridge to jump off, this water is like 10 centimeters deep. What is up with this stuff? Why do you build a bridge? You can just drive your car across. At least there's some good graffiti. The place I'm in right now, it's hell. So I got this recommendation from a friend of mine that lives half an hour from here or something like that. I should go to this place. It's a waterfall river type thing. It seems like you have to pay 50 kroners, so I'm just gonna do that. And then you write the registry. Fuck, I don't remember that. I think it's... Yeah. Alright. Boom, there we go. What the fuck is this stuff? That's trippy. Alright, we paid it. We can go, right? Yeah. Right. Let's get it. Hope this is good now.
A few minutes later.
Fucking, I don't know what the fuck's happened here. A little bit of the road is caved in. Why do I pay money if you don't fix the road? Like, what the fuck? This is stupid. I don't really know if this is the right spot. But I saw some other people walked up there and went in this way. How you doing, little cute guy? You're a fat one, aren't you? You're pregnant. You got some water. The other people in front of me, but they were all like changing into bathing suits and stuff, swimming gear, and they were like half naked. That was quite funny. Cause I don't really care about that stuff, but I guess other people get a little bit embarrassed. I thought it was funny. But yeah, absolutely nothing happening up there. It was just a quiet river like this. I heard like it was, I don't know what it's called in English, but it's called Jättegryta in Norwegian. And it's basically like holes that's been carved in the bedrock over thousands of years, most likely during the end of the Ice Age or during the Ice Age or something like that. And they can be super deep, just straight down, and yeah, it's like really cool. And there should be like a jumping spot too there. Or it was like 5 to 7 meters or something. But this is definitely not the spot. So yeah, and there's absolutely no cell phone coverage here either, so yeah. Hey! What you doing? You're the black sheep in the family. Me too. Hey! Another one. It's another fat one. Looks like there might be something down there. Found a spot. What the fuck? Who's green? Remember why?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. I really think this is the spot. From what I can see on the maps it is. If not, I don't know what the fuck it is. Huh. Oh shit. Yep. This is definitely the spot. Holy fuck. That's crazy. Little cave thingy here. I'm gonna go down and check how deep it is before jumping in this stuff, but it looks pretty deep. Basically, this is what a Jättegryta is. It might be called a witch's cauldron or something like that. See how the rocks just on the bottom, they just carve it out over thousands of years. You see them over. You see them all the place, like all the places, like a brown shape on the bedrock. So this is like the jumping spot, I think. What I'm gonna do is jump in the water and check it out. Wow. I'm actually feeling a little bit uneasy jumping in this water. It's just so fucking dark, you can't see anything. The water is pretty murky. Suddenly started raining out of nowhere. I think I'm gonna take my stuff, pack them in before they get wet. Don't know what happened to this one, but I think it's just two of them old. Should probably throw it out, but I'm too cheap. I actually wearing some swimming trunks this time, for once. I'm just gonna put my keys and stuff here. That was fun. Try to do a backflip kind of thing. So I just met three guys at the spot I was jumping from just a minute ago, and they told me I could go further down the river and there would be another spot that was just as high, maybe a little bit easier to jump from, I guess. So I think I found it. This city got some beautiful waterfalls. It looks really okay from the top, but I'm gonna depth check it anyways. Oh. When I came to Trondheim was to charge my car, and then I saw this hotel. I thought to myself that would be amazing to go on top of the roof of the hotel and have a look at the view. So now I'm back and I'm gonna try to get into this one. These things helps out a lot, because then I have an excuse to just stand there and look for the elevator. Weird that this door's open now. So this spot right here is just outside of Uppdal. There should be some crazy jättegryta right here. I've always been like super fascinated with this stuff, and I really hope there's somewhere I can jump in the water too. That would be cool, but these things can definitely be dangerous, as the sign says. But I'm a careful dude. Oh shit! Holy fuck! You don't want to get stuck in this shit. The water is just fucking bubbling up right here. I so want to jump in this stuff, but I don't know this place, so it's probably a really bad idea to do that. Just look at how the water has carved this shit out. This is apparently, as far as I know, this is from 10,000 years ago, after the Ice Age. They got a thing like that. I don't think that's gonna save you, to be honest. Just imagine falling down into this stuff. Like, look at this. All of this water goes down here into this small fucking crevice right here. The only thing that means is that this shit is fucking deep. That gotta be like, probably like 10 meters deep. Just look how the fucking water is just fucking carved out the rocks. Just fucking incredible. That is death. Straight death. This is pretty cool. And you can see how all of these jättegryta, you can see how they're actually made. It's rocks and sand, and the rocks is on top of the sand and pebbles and stuff, and it just swirls around, and it just slowly digs into the mountain. And I think these were mainly made by the glaciers like 10,000 years ago, when they melted and stuff and all the water came through. But I think, if I'm correct, they dig into the mountain like 1 millimeter each year. So that's still something, I guess. But it looks unreal because they're so fucking round and look perfect, like they're man-made or something. But yeah, the amount of water coming through here is just nuts. It would be really cool to see this place without any water flow at all, just to see how much the water has dug down into the mountain itself, because I think it's deep. And from what I heard, I talked to another guy here that is actually a local. He lives just up the street apparently, and he says it's bound to be really deep. I think 10 meters at the deepest in the narrow part, as far as I understood. So that's pretty crazy. Fuck yeah, I'm really excited about this shit. It's just, to me this is fucking incredible. Fucking incredible. There's another small one. Mini one. And these can get like super deep. I think like 10, 15 meters, 20 meters down. I still want to jump this gap. To jump from here to there, that's easy. Jumping from that place to this place, it's not going to be easy. So that's a fucking stupid idea. I wouldn't want to get stuck down there. Because when the water is white, that means there's a lot of air in the water. So the water is not as dense, and that means that you don't float in the water, which again means that you're gonna sink to the bottom, and the bottom is 10 meters under the surface right here, probably. most likely, who the fuck knows. And if you actually imagine, if you look at this stuff, look at this, and then you saw upstream how much water was coming through. That water is not stopping anywhere. That water is coming through somewhere. It is underneath these rocks. If you fall under these rocks, then you fucking fucked, man. That would be the worst way to die, I think. The fucking worst. And I'm telling you again, but just look at the amount of water coming out from a tiny spot like that. This would be so fucking cool to see what's under all of this shit. This local guy, he showed me some drone footage from when there were not so much water, and there's definitely a big rock just hiding underneath the surface right here somewhere. I didn't want to jump it anyways, of course. If I can't see underneath the water, I have no idea what's there, so I'm not going to jump it. But if you actually know this place and you actually can see a little bit better underneath the water, this should be fine to jump, I think. I got a long way to fucking drive, and I've been here for far too long. Just imagine this being in America. Everything would have like fences everywhere. You couldn't go where you wanted. You come here, it's absolutely nothing. It's just like Americans coming to European ski resorts, and they just try to, oh, I can just go wherever I want, because they think everything is set up for them. But you gotta take care of yourself. And that's just like fucking parents just taking too much care of their children. It's not gonna end well, because they don't learn anything from it. I don't know how many people have died here. I know for sure there's gotta be some stupid people that's fallen into that thing. Not even stupid, maybe, just unlucky. But yeah, that's it. It's beautiful too. I'm gonna pay that stuff. As I said, that was definitely well worth it.
So I was really struck by the fact that one of the things humans have used plants for forever is to change consciousness. And that seems like a very curious phenomenon. But every culture on Earth, with one notable exception, has some plant or fungus that they use regularly and often ceremonially. We have evidence it was being used 6,000 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, there may be older ones, but I haven't seen the record.
What is the evidence? It's the North American? The Native American? Oh, so that's 6,000 years old?
6,000 years ago. Wow. I mean, I don't know who, which group it was, but there was evidence that there were these religious objects that they created, and they actually made them. And they tested it.
Look at this. Somebody forgot to lock this thing. That is free power. Guess I'm gonna sleep right here then. Obviously, living like this, sleeping, camping, vacationing like this, it's obviously not for everybody. But if you're traveling alone and you don't want to spend too much money, it's okay. What the hell? You find things like this, free power and stuff. You get a cozy bed like this. It's not bad. Not bad at all. And you get some good memories, so you can't really complain about that, can you? Right. Go to bed right now. Hopefully there's no people staring in the windows at me while I'm sleeping. I don't really give a shit.